The sitcom Friends has obviously become one of the biggest parts of pop culture ever since its start in its first season. Even if you don't particularly care for the show, there's no denying the impact it had on the world. And due to this popularity, it's obvious that in an age of remakes and revivals, there would have been some sort of remake or revival for Friends. And recently, we got just that, Friends, the reunion. Nearly 20 years after the original series ended, the original cast returned for what was one of the only times they've been back together in the same room. And I wish I could say that what we got was perfect, but in all reality, what we got was just average at best. I honestly hesitated to make this video because, if you couldn't already tell, I prefer to make videos about what I love, not what I dislike. But I did like the reunion. The only reason I'm making this video is to better understand what stopped the reunion from being better than it was. So in this video, I want to talk about Friends, the reunion, and what went kind of wrong. Also, this video will be kind of short compared to my already short videos, so sorry if you wanted a longer one. I'd like to start by saying that I think the idea not to make a reunion episode is actually a very smart one. As interesting as it would be to see the character dynamics one last time, I think bringing the characters and Friends back together would ruin the ending we got. It would be especially problematic due to the fact that Warner Bros. Would probably want to try and milk as much money out of it as they could, doing celebrity cameos and other things to boost its popularity. Yet, even being a normal reunion, they still managed to do this. That is obviously the biggest problem of the reunion, the obvious studio interference. The best part of the reunion were when there wasn't any celebrities, any scripted events, or any James Corden. The best moments were only the original 6. No audience, no celebrities, nothing. In these moments, the reunion felt real. Seeing the characters together again actually made me feel happy. Those first 5 minutes were beautiful, and then they were ruined as the snap of a finger. As soon as the original cast sat down in front of a huge audience to be interviewed by James Corden, I knew that the reunion was going to be a mess, and the prediction did come true. This reunion was an hour and 45 minutes long. Most of it was cutaways from the original 6. But there's really no reason to do this because the only way the studio would get close to doing a reunion episode without doing an original episode is to have the cast alone. They haven't been in the same room for years. There's no need to do any more than that. I honestly would have enjoyed watching the cast reminisce alone for almost 2 hours and watching what we got. Every celebrity cameo just felt like a forced cash grab to boost the popularity. The only cutaways I liked were the bloopers, the stories from normal people explaining how Friends impacted them, and the cameos from former cast members. Everything else didn't really need to be there, except for maybe the interviews with the creators. I know a lot of remakes and reboots reek of studio tampering, but I think this one may be the biggest offender because of how obviously it messes with the final product. Even with all these problems though, I honestly did like the reunion, or at least parts of it. The bloopers were one part because they were funny as hell. But the best part was obviously those moments where it's just the cast alone. Even with all the ups and downs of the reunion, seeing the original 6 reminisce about the past was beautiful. There were moments of pure emotion of seeing the long-lost friends for the first time in a long time. The scenes didn't feel forced or like they were meant to make money. This felt good, and that's what saved the reunion from being a complete failure. Most reunions and revivals suffer from the usual studio tampering, and even though Friends, the reunion, wasn't an exception, it wasn't all bad. I know it isn't the best revival, but being able to see the original cast back together again, no matter how many cutaways there were, was everything I wanted from Friends, the reunion.